Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Nighttime with Nina. I'm your host, Program Manager at Plymouth Church, Nina Johnson. Today's story I'm going to share with you is one that's really special to my family. My daughter, A, has a very, very beautiful set of eyebrows, but they connect in the middle. That's something that happens in our family. A lot of the people in our family have a unibrow or have had a unibrow. And when she was younger, it was something that she was a little embarrassed about. But we always told her about Frida Kahlo, this beautiful, amazing, talented painter who also had a unibrow and wears it and rocks it with pride. And so Frida Kahlo has become my daughter A's very, very favorite artist. She loves her art and she loves who she is and who she stands for as a person. So a few years ago for her birthday, she got this book called Frida about Frida Kahlo. So today, in honor of a wonderful artist that you should know about if you don't, here is the book Frida. Frida enters the world. For little Frida, the world is Mexico. Her house is a blue house. It is in the town of Coyoacan. Frida's father is an artist and a photographer. He teaches her how to use a paintbrush. Frida's mother takes care of 6 daughters. Often she is tired. Often Frida is lonely, even though she has sisters. Enter stage left, Frida's imaginary friend. Her name is also Frida. They play games. All of a sudden, Frida falls very ill. She's in bed for months. There's something wrong with one of her legs. Even her imaginary friend can't cheer her. If you can see her imaginary friend, little Frida, is getting pulled away towards the moon. That's when Frida teaches herself how to draw. Drawing saves her from being sad. After Frida gets well, she still wants to make art, so she paints little paintings. They are copies of other paintings. Painting onto photographs is what Frida's father does for a living. He teaches her how to do this. Frida also paints things she sees through a microscope. She loves looking at things very closely. At school, Frida studies science. She is bored. School is too easy. One day, Frida is riding the bus home from school. You can see this is Frida over here. She's just bored. School's too easy for her. A horrible accident happens. A trolley runs into the bus, and Frida almost dies. At the hospital, it is painting that saves her once again. Painting is like her imaginary friend. It is there whenever she wants it. It keeps her company. It keeps her from giving up hope. This picture doesn't show it, but something that we learned about Frida is that while she was recovering in the hospital, she couldn't sit up to paint, and so they made her a special easel that would lay over the bed so that she could lay back in her bed and paint above her head. So Frida was able to paint even though she couldn't sit up in a traditional way because of her accident. After the accident, life will never be the same for Frida. She will walk with a cane when she is able to walk. Her body will hurt, always. But Frida doesn't cry or complain. Instead of crying, she paints pictures of herself crying. When she can't leave her bed, she paints in bed. When her whole torso, and her torso is like the middle, sort of like the middle part of your body, is put in a cast, she paints the cast. And the cast you can still see in museums. It's red and it's got roses on it. Nothing can stop Frida from painting. Because she's so often alone, unable to leave her house, she has to use her imagination. She paints what she sees in her heart, on top of what she sees with her eyes. It's almost like painting on photographs. She paints little magical scenes with words at the bottom. All over Mexico, people paint these kinds of scenes. Sometimes they are scenes of accidents with angels coming to the rescue. They are like prayers for people who are sick. They are called ex votos. Frida paints ex votos of herself when she is sick or in pain. Frida imitates no one in her style. Her paintings are like nothing else. In museums, people still look at them and weep and sigh and smile. She turns her pain into something beautiful. It is like a miracle. Viva Frida! Long live Frida. And so what's really cool about this book is it just makes me think of all the people that I know who have been using this time where they can't get out of their house to create, maybe for the first time in a long time. People are writing poems, they're doing art, they are working on stories, they're making music, they're learning new instruments. So a lot of us might feel a little bit like Frida right now, trapped in a place that we can't always get out of. But Frida was trapped for her whole life in a painful body that hurt her. But what she did with that was made beautiful, wonderful art that helped her process and think about what she was going through. So I hope that right now you have ways to make beautiful art and share it with the world, just like Frida did. And if you haven't, you should take some time to check out Frida Kahlo. You can find her art online and it's really amazing. So thank you for listening to the story of Frida, and I will see you tomorrow for another Night Times with Nina. Good night.